like to welcome everyone to another Mikey Life program. People, welcome Grenada, welcome Kiareku, welcome Petit Martinique, whichever part of the world you are right now. I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Life program. People, this is it right here, and this is where it all happens. We are talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey. Now, it is important to note that this is news discussed, not told. So you might find a little difference in the business, all right? Worry not your head. We do not compromise on the facts, all right? So people, I hope that you had a good weekend. Hope you did a little thing and you organized your business. You're ready for the week. Now let's talk about what's really making the news, people. Let's talk about what's making the news. Grenada has just defeated the United States in the America's Netball World Cup qualifier. You understand? They're bad like that. Also, people, TAMCC talking about their activities to come. Of course, a lot of students will be interested in that as well. 19 foreign nationals, including a Grenadian, indicted for illegally voting in the 2016 general elections in the United States of America. Husband and wife charged with manslaughter by negligence in the death of toddler. What's breaking the internet, people? We will tell you about that as well. 17-year-old accident victim buried. And as well, we have to tell you about a woman charged with sexual penetration of a boy, 13. Now that happened in the in Trinidad and Tobago. So we're going to talk about that, all right? And we're going to tell you about crime in St. Lucia, if time permits. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a break and then come back. But before we even take the break, we want to remind you that the headlines is always brought to you to the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and the Colombian Emeralds International. So people, all you brace all yourself. We're getting ready for real news in Olililolo. Before I go to the break, remember folks, you have to share the business. You see, if you don't share the program on Facebook, there are a lot of people who would not know that the program has started. So do the thing, all right? Go ahead and share the business. We want to officially welcome the people on WPG10. That's cable TV channels 10 and 11. And we are now in HD. Big up all your whole self. You understand? So all you, we're getting ready for real news in Olililolo. So guess what? We're coming back. Stay tuned.
Keep this back to school with a sleek new laptop from Quartz. Celerons, i3s, i5s, i7s. We've got it all! With nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Schooling has never been this easy. Plus, yes, you can even trade in that old laptop for up to 20% off a new one. New school term, new vibes, new smartness. Quartz, bringing value home.
Hello, how can I help?
I don't have anyone I can talk to.
I don't know what to do. Don't worry, sir. This call is confidential.
It's girls. Like, really young girls. I can't stop thinking about them.
Don't worry, sir. We will get you the help that you need.
My mom won't believe me, but when she's on night shifts, my uncle keeps visiting me. I can't stop him.
Don't worry, miss. We will make sure you never have to deal with this again.
You are invited to a public session on the Caribbean Court of Justice this Wednesday, August 29th at the Grenada Trade Center. Come and hear a special address by Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley, as well as presentations by members of the local CCJ committee. Also, come armed with your questions and comments as we host a full interactive session. It's a special session at the Grenada Trade Center from 6 p.m. this Wednesday. It is the launch of the public activities as Grenada gets ready to affirm the Caribbean Court of Justice as its final appellate court. We are supporting the CCJ as we break the chains of colonialism for one united Caribbean.
If you are West Indian, then show me your day. Put something up in the air. Antigua, put your flag up. Barbados, put your flag up. Grenada, put your flag up.
Does your laundry detergent have enzymes to fight stains, remove bacteria and odors while being gentle on your hands? Does your laundry detergent have a natural lemon scent, easy rinse technology, and fabric softener to protect your clothes? If you answered yes, then you must be using Glace. If not, what are you waiting for? Glace laundry detergent is made with a 4-in-1 advanced formula and is phosphate-free, making it safe for the environment and safe for washing machines. Glace. A clean home is a Glace home.
And Glace is distributed by Fortune Foods Limited. Now, we had one of our viewers sending us some feedback on the use of the Glace product, and we are happy to say that they were really satisfied with the quality of the Glace and things like that. They were really happy. It made their clothes feel good and things. You know what? I'll just try the Glace because that's what's trending right now. If you're using Glace, I don't know what it is that you are using. Now, let's get into the news. First thing that we need to tell you here comes from the police. Now, the general public, you are hereby notified that the fixed line telephone number 444-4454 at the South St. George Police Station has been restored. Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force would like to thank the general public for your patience and understanding. All right, folks, one of the other things that we have to tell you about, boy, is just before coming on tonight, we received word of a crash which would have happened in the Granatan area. On the Granatan main road, we heard that it involved one of the prominent soca artists here in Grenada, but we also understood that he is okay. You understand? So at least that's good to know, yeah? So yeah, they say, yeah, right, you know, it's gonna be fine. So that's good to know. No, people, but that's a serious one there, boy. You know, however that happened, we do not know exactly how it happened. Like I said, you know, we only received word just before coming on to the program. All right. Now, folks, the next thing that we want to tell all you about, boy, is Grenadian arrested for illegally voting in the U.S. elections, the 2016 election. I wonder if the person voted for Trump. You're telling me? You know what I mean? So yeah, boy. So that's the information that we have. You know, man get himself in trouble, boy. You understand? So that Grenadian is in a little bit of hot water. Now, he's among 19 persons, him included, all right? And we got that from the ICE website. 19 foreign nationals were charged with unlawfully, that's what it says, they were charged with unlawfully voting in the 2016 elections on Friday. And a U.S. citizen as well was charged with aiding and abetting an alien to falsely claim U.S. citizenship to register to vote. So you could put it in context, right? I think that says it all right there. All right? Now, the indictments follow an investigation by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE Homeland Security Investigators HSI as part of a newly created document and Benefit Fraud Task Force DBFTF in the Eastern District of North Carolina. Now, a federal grand jury has charged the following foreign nationals with falsely claiming U.S. citizenship to register to vote in North Carolina, and also with unlawfully voting. If convicted, these individuals face maximum penalties of 6 years in federal prison, a $350,000 fine, and a term of supervised release. Now, I'm not going to go through all the names, but there's a 41-year-old from Mexico, a 63-year-old from Mexico. There's another individual from the Dominican Republic, another from Nigeria, one from the Philippines, Panama, Grenada. Elvis David Fullerton, the name. Elvis David Fullerton. He's 54 years old, according to this document. He's not the only one. Well, he's the only one from Grenada, but there's a Guyanese and a Japanese as well. There, you know what I mean? So they say they're putting down the investigation, and, you know. But it's important to note, people, as well, that the charges and allegations contained in the indictments are merely accusations. And all defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law. Understand? Good. I think I need to see that for all criminal matters going forward, you know what I mean? Just to clear with name, because we don't know nobody. Anyway, let me go. Although, one of the other major stories that we have to tell earlier about, boy, is that a husband and a wife, people, according to police, charged with manslaughter by negligence in the death of a toddler. I think that many of you would remember that Easter incident. Very sad indeed. You know, it claimed the life of a 3-year-old. Now, there has been some progress in that case. Husband and wife, according to the police, have been charged. 2 of them, St. George residents. They appeared at the St. George's Magistrates Court today, Monday, 27th August, charged in connection with the death of 3-year-old Caleb Fraser. Now, people, Clyde Fraser, a 32-year-old clerk, and his unemployed wife, 34-year-old Suzanne Fraser, have been jointly charged with manslaughter by negligence in the death of Caleb Fraser. Caleb was actually the nephew of Clyde Fraser. He was among family members visiting the Grand Dance Beach on Easter Monday, the 2nd of April, when he met his demise. Now, his body was retrieved from the water at around 3:15 p.m. and efforts at resuscitation proved futile. Now, he was pronounced dead at the General Hospital. Now, both Clyde and Suzanne Fraser have been granted bail in the sum of $30,000 with 2 sureties each, and they have been asked to surrender all travel documents. The 2, who are residents of frequency in St. George, are due to reappear at the St. George's Magistrates Court on 12 November 2018. Tough one indeed, people. Tough one indeed. Now, issues of lifeguard, adequate lifeguard, and so on has been a major concern for beach users, and that was also highlighted at the time of this incident. Also, immediately following the incident, concerns were raised about Grenada's readiness to deal with situations like this. Now, one witness to the drowning said everything just takes too long, and it was unfortunate in terms of the manner in which everything played off. Now, she is saying that, probably better could have been done.
For Peaches McQueen, a young mother, The suspected drowning of a 3-year-old boy on Grandlands Beach on Easter Monday was traumatizing. Although still shaken, she is upset by the manner in which the events unfolded and the response they received from emergency officials when they were called.
They said that there was 2 emergencies happening and they didn't know which one to attend to. And I feel that when the whole thing happened, I felt like I was in the movie in a way, like we was the only one who saw what was going on, because there was this very laid-back attitude.
Caleb Fraser was among several family members visiting the beach when he met his demise. His body was retrieved from the water about 3:50 in the afternoon. Ms. McQueen says she was shocked to see that not even the Coast Guard responders were prompt in their actions to save the child.
It was even when the Coast Guard came, it was like he was strolling up. And I was like, what are you doing? Where's the equipment? Why haven't you got any equipment? You should have basic things to try and help this boy. And when he saw that the boy was lifeless, that's when he said, okay, that's when he ran to the boat and brought it closer. And I think the whole thing of where there's no way of getting to the hospital by boat. You kind of have to go to the carriage because there's an emergency road, I think, to the hospital. So if something happens on the beach, you can't even go directly to the hospital. You kind of have, everything was just too long. The whole process was too long. And that lady tried her hardest to keep, and I knew from when she lifted him up that it was going to be slim.
Efforts at resuscitation, according to the police, proved futile. However, according to Dr. Carol Nicholson, who is a visitor from the United Kingdom, the only person who made an effort to assist the child was another visitor. Dr. Nicholson says she saw the woman rushing from the water with the child's slumped body in hand and immediately started resuscitation. The woman, she says, spent close to 20 minutes trying to revive the child.
I wonder who was there for her when she got to the police station or the hospital, and who was there to comfort her and to, just tell her that, you did a good job. Because what is she feeling like now on her own? She was a tourist herself. Where was the local emergency service to help a local boy who was struggling for his life?
The 3-year-old from Grandlands Valley was pronounced dead at the General Hospital. Dr. Nicholson believes the child could have been saved if procedures and preventative measures were in place on the internationally acclaimed beach on such a busy day.
It was a busy weekend, it was a bank holiday Monday, so you would expect not just one lifeguard, and in fact you would expect extra staff in terms of lifeguard, because it's busy, there's going to be a lot of children as well as adults, and it's not just that this was a 4-year-old child we're talking about. I mean, I'm a very strong swimmer, and I was astounded by the lack of emergency response to a 4-year-old child on a beach who is fighting for their life. No respiratory equipment, nothing. And there's hundreds of people on the beach, and this is a tourist area.
In the past, the lifeguards have been stationed along the Grandlands Beach. A lifeguard station as well has been erected some years ago. However, both women say that they were nowhere to be found.
I would like to see more lifeguards, if there are any, because we didn't even see one. There should be a medical center nearby. There should be a red flag saying if the water's torrid, if the waves are strong and dangerous, then there should be a red flag to say that nobody should be in the water or young children shouldn't be near the water. But there was nothing. You need to have a medical system. You need lifeguards, trained lifeguards.
Peaches McQueen, in the meantime, says as a parent, the experience was horrifying.
That really hurt, because I felt like if my child was to drown, that's it. Pretty much, there's no help for him. Pretty much, there was no lifeguard. It's not a fact of the lifeguard there was no lifeguard. Because when he left, I ran around. Everyone was like, I went to the hotel. I said, "Do you have any devices or first aid, anything?" No, we don't.
An autopsy is pending to determine the actual cause of the death.
Well, thank you very much, Siobhan, and that was a nice report done by MTV at the time, and of course, these are some of the concerns that were raised immediately following the incident. All right, so husband and wife charge, going back to the genesis of this, the husband and wife charge and they are to return back in court on the 12th of November 2018. It has been shared thousands of times, viewed just about close to 1 million times online. We now get to what's breaking the internet. In the upcoming video, you would find, some viewers may find it very disturbing. What appears to be a woman standing on a baby stroller with a baby, uttering some words that some describe as saying, "Mommy, mommy, please stop." We cannot independently verify that. There was no sound coming from the baby. One thing that was as well obvious, a woman wearing a Grenada flag on her head and a Grenadian artist on stage while it all happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you what's breaking the internet. It may be disturbing for some viewers.
Kira, where you going? Kira!
Folks, I do not know the last time I saw a video shared so many times, and I'm talking about within the Caribbean atmosphere. The first place I saw this video was on a Trinidad site, and I became a bit concerned. And then I saw it circulating among Grenadians. The video sparked widespread anger by many in terms of the appropriateness of what you're looking at. There is very little that one can say to provide some form of comfort to a mother who thinks, hey, what if that was my child? You know? We cannot say for sure whether what the relationship between that woman on the stroller and the child is. So we are going to refrain from that speculation. However, I don't think anyone would argue against the point that this is highly inappropriate behavior. And that's, my friends, what's breaking the internet. We are moving on. How are we looking for time? This is news discussed, not told. Let's go. According to reports, it was a sad day for many persons who turned up last weekend to bid their final farewell to 17-year-old Alex Joseph. Now, his funeral was held at the Lauriston Mini Stadium, and we have a special report by KOMG, right? KM Kendall Mark Media. Big up to you, Kendall. On this, there were a lot of people in attendance, and so we want to share this special report with you.
Persons gathered at the Lauriston Mini Stadium as they paid their final respects and bid farewell to 17-year-old Alex Joseph, who lost his life in a vehicular accident on August 4th. Alex was described as a humble, loving and fun young man, as tribute was paid to him in song and speeches.
If tears can build a stairway and memories a lane, I'd walk right up to heaven and bring you home again. No farewell words were spoken, no time to say goodbye. You were gone before I knew it, and only God knows why. My heart still aches with sadness, and secret tears still flow. What it meant to say I love you, no one can ever know.
Being your way, so I'm home, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way, and I will always love you. I will always love you. Say goodbye to what we had. The good times that made us laugh all day. I thought we get to see forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Crazy man, I know.
Thank you very much, Kendall, for that. All right. It was the first vehicular crash for Carriacou for, well, when I say vehicular crash, fatality, that is, for 2018. Folks, we are moving on. The next thing that we need to tell you about, boys, notice for students and interest, people with interest for the McDonald's College. Now, it has to do with registration. Now, re-registration for all McDonald College students commences on Tuesday, 28th August for students of Forms 2 and 4 at 9 a.m. And it continues on Wednesday, 29th August for Forms 3 and 5. Please note that orientation for all new students of Form 1 would be on Friday, 31st August, starting at 9 a.m. Now, all current students, parents and guardians, you are to be guided accordingly. Tribute to fallen Carriacou artists. Members of the Sister Isle Carriacou are members on the Sister Isle of Carriacou and Petit Manic. They have now, Shotbury is the president of the organization. Now, the organization is called the Grenada Professional Soca Artists Association. So let's start there. So there's this new organization, the Grenada Professional Soca Artists Association. Now, they have recently had a tribute and made, a nice little presentation to persons who would have died, or to the family of persons who would have died from Carriacou. All right, now these artists were Kenley Rhino Joseph and Andrew Buster Dick. Right, you guys remember that they would have recently died. I think that one was in a shooting in was it in Brooklyn? I think a couple years ago. That one involved Rhino, and then Buster. His body was found recently. All right, close to his home, but I think it was a precipice or something like that. All right, so they had this nice little tribute and so on. Okay, and family of these persons collected on behalf of the deceased. All right, so I thought it was really a good initiative. Collecting on behalf of Rhino was his daughter Aliyah Joseph, and the handing over was well-known female Calypsonian Nashanda Charles, while collecting on behalf of Buster was his sister Serena Bideau, and handing over was well-known artist Leftist. All right, hosting the proceeding was reigning Carriacou and Petit Manic Carnival Calypso monarch Brendan McKee, aka Killer B. All right, I thought that was a really good initiative. So folks, you have to, give them a little clap and thing for that now. Yeah, give them a little clap and ting, and tell them congratulations. Not many people do those kind of things, and when it happens, we have to acknowledge it. Now, Folks, the next story that I have to proudly tell you about, boy. Grenada's netball team has been just mashing up the place. Huh? They're currently playing in the America's Netball World Cup qualifier matches. They recently, maybe about an hour ago, defeated the United States. USA, you know, people. Defeated the United States in the America's Netball World Cup qualifier. 72-39. You understand? We bad like that. You see me? We bad like that. But hold on, you think that licks bad? Hold on. We also played St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We beat St. Vincent and the Grenadines 60-49. I don't think that bad. Hold on, I don't know yet. We also played Argentina. And listen to the score, man. 106-11. Did you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear what I tell you? 106-11. I never hear that yet. You understand, people? So all give us a like a business now. Why test? Give me some like and some love on the business now. Why test? Yo, watch the Grenada team. They're just playing like if I don't know Jed. Eh? Yeah, no. People, the Grenada team just too hard to beat. Bottom line, they're too hard to beat. So everybody we play, we're mashing them up. I ain't telling you. Watch out Kato in there. You see that Kato there? That Kato there. Kato big. Eh. Watch now. Grenada play a kind of game, man, Jed. I'm telling you. Yo. Look what's going on the screen. Grenada play a kind of game. The games are currently being played in Barbados. And now I'm in. But listen. Grenada bad. Let's take a minute of the action.
The clock. One of the defenses is out of play. And Grenada take full advantage of the fact that there was only one defense left remaining in the circle. And Stafford scores.
Good shot
Mama
there.
Ross is really fighting off the aggressive attempts there from the defense from the US
Grim
team.
is there. And Grin is making her fight for everyone now. Tyndall has it. Try to...
Not anymore. Grenada has it now.
And Grenada breaks away with it.
People, I tell you, they can't play us like this. Or they go and get two teams, team them up, and let we play them. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's how well we are doing. I'll give them some claps now, white taste. You are getting real hard with all in a jet. Anyway, let me go. How are we looking for time? We looking good? No. The TMRSU Community College advises of the following important dates and happenings for the next few days. St. Patrick Campus registration, Monday, August 27th. That was today. Tantin Campus final day of registration. That was today as well. Orientation for Year 1 students, Tantin Campus. That's going to be Tuesday. That's tomorrow. And Wednesday, August 29, 2018 at 9 a.m. Please note that on Wednesday, all students are expected to report to their departments from 9 a.m. except hospitality students who are expected to be there from 1 p.m. at the D1 room on the main campus. Also, meeting for Year 1 parents Tuesday, August 28th at the GBSS Auditorium, St. George's, 4:30 p.m. School begins on Monday, September 3rd, 2018 for both Year 1 and Year 2 students. Carriacou Campus registration, Tuesday, September 6, 2018, 9 a.m. Maryborough Campus registration, Friday, September 7th, 9 a.m. All right? All right, folks, how are we looking for time? Now, Johanna Julian says thanks. Now, on Saturday, it was the island-wide motorcade. you know. So she wanted to say thank you to the various people who came out and stuff, and she said that the support was overwhelming. She as well said, though, that they did not get the opportunity to do, I think it was St. David and certain parts of St. Andrew, so they are actually attempting to have that done at a later date. When asked about the figures, she said that they think they will be waiting until that time when they do the other parishes that they missed to give the actual figure collected. All right, we're moving on. How are we looking for time? All right, all you. The next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy. That one different, you know. Well different. Trinidad. A woman gets herself in trouble. A 28-year-old woman in Trinidad and Tobago gets herself in some hot waters. Yeah? Now she is being charged with probably something you have never heard. I never hear that yet. Look at her face first of all. I find that picture looked like somebody who's 9 years old, man. What it is? But that's the picture that's being circulated by the Trinidad media. Woman charged with sexual penetration of boy who is 13 years. I need to know when they take out that picture, because that picture looked like somebody who's 9. But anyway, that's beside the point. All right. So let's tell you what's really going on with that here. This woman charged with 2 counts of sexual penetration against a male child, 13 years old. Now she appeared at the court to answer into those charges. All right. Her name is Duduz. That's her nickname. We don't need to tell her who Molly she named then, but her street name is Duduz. I don't know what I mean. She was granted $40,000 bail with surety when she appeared in court and thing. You understand? Now bail was granted on the condition that the accused ceases all communication with the victim. So the matter has been adjourned to September 21st. Now the offenses are alleged to have occurred at the accused home during August 2016 and 2017 against the then 13-year-old boy. Now she was arrested at her home last Monday by officers of the Child Protection Unit. You understand? That one different, boy. That one different to know. You're telling me? Alright. I don't want to read and to get too descriptive, so I'm done with the story. We're moving on. How are we looking? I never hear that yet. Oh God. I wonder if that happened to me and I'm 13. If I was 13 years and that happened to me at 14, what I would do, boy? Jano! You're telling me? Mikey, imagine you're 13, you're 14, and kind of business go down. What are you doing, boy? Anyway, let's leave that talk. Let me leave that talk right there. Eh? Holy moly. No, on a serious note, I don't even want to laugh. I don't have the strength. On a serious note, let's take a trip to St. Lucia. All right. Now, the Chamber of Commerce there is now one of the new, one of the organizations now lending their voice towards the apparent increased use of, high-powered rifle and so for the commission of crimes and so in that country. We get this report from the HTS.
Commerce, Industry and Agriculture is the latest in a string of organizations calling for a more effective response to the lawlessness evidenced by the recent shootings in Castries. 3 men were killed within the space of 24 hours earlier this week. 2 others were seriously injured. Senior members of the St. Lucia Police Force have noted the use of more powerful and sophisticated weapons being used by criminals. This, they say, pose an even greater threat to life and security. The new development in weapons that are being used has prompted calls for an urgent and more effective response to criminal fighting from senior members of the police force. The St. Lucia Chamber of Commerce and Agriculture says the matter of law and order in this country continues to be a concern. The Chamber's Executive Director, Brian Louisi, says crime against the business community, particularly the issue of robberies involving goods distribution vehicles, is serious. Louisi made the remarks in the latest edition of the Chamber's publication, Ed's Perspective. Lizandy Boville, HTS News Force.
Thank you very much for that report there. All right. Okay, folks. So here's what's going to happen right now. We want to encourage you, for those of you who have not yet done so, to please go ahead and share the business, share the program so that your friends and family members can get to see that the program is live. In the meantime, what we want to do is take a quick break and come right back.
The biggest fashion event of the summer is here. Quartz Fashionista competition is back. Sign up today and you can win $2,500 in cash and the title of Quartz Fashionista. To qualify, visit a Quartz store near you. Select a product which inspires your design and submit a completed registration form. Participants will be selected based on design submissions to showcase their looks on our Quartz runway. Get your creative hats on and sign up for the 5th annual Quartz Fashionista competition. Ask about our new brochure for even more inspiration. The 5th annual Quartz Fashionista competition. See in store for details. Quartz, bringing value home.
Listen to what you had to say and turn up the old rules, because losing what you paid for is just wrong. Now, lost data and talk are a thing of the past. Only Digicel gives you unlimited rollover data and talk. Just buy and renew your QuickPick bundle before it expires and keep what's rightfully yours. Never lose what you don't use. Go to My Digicel app to bundle up and roll over today. Digicel.
Final Stop Auto Sales and Rentals, located in Mungay, St. George, is your final stop for all your auto sales and rentals. We sell a wide variety of used cars in mint condition for the best price on the market. We sell all the popular makes and models of vehicles. If we don't have it, we'll order it for you. Or, do you have a vehicle that you want to ship to Grenada? Then we'll do that for you. And if you need a vehicle for a few days, we also rent vehicles, both short and long term. See us today, located next to the Deco Service Center, or call 410-7475 or 422-9615. Final Stop Auto Sales and Rentals, Grenada's best.
Does your laundry detergent have enzymes to fight stains, remove bacteria and odors while being gentle on your hands? Does your laundry detergent have a natural lemon scent, easy rinse technology, and fabric softener to protect your clothes? If you answered yes, then you must be using Glace. If not, what are you waiting for? Glace laundry detergent is made with a 4-in-1 advanced formula and is phosphate-free, making it safe for the environment and safe for washing machines. Glace. A clean home is a Glace home.
and it's distributed by Fortune Foods Limited. Folks, we now present to you the National Report.
Constitution Advisory Committee says it's all go for the official launch of the CCJ campaign on Wednesday. Details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back, viewers, with the National Report for today, Monday, August 27. I am Abigail McIntyre. In a matter of months, Grenadians will be asked to go to the polls in a second referendum to determine whether the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, will become the country's final appellate court. An official launch of the campaign to Referendum Day is carded for Wednesday, August 29th at the Grenada Trade Center from 6 p.m. A number of speakers are listed to make brief presentations that include Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and Barbados's Prime Minister Mia Mottley. Other speakers will include the chair of the CCJ Advisory Committee, Dr. Lawrence Joseph, and law student Cherise Noel. Member of the CCJ Advisory Committee, attorney at law Ruggles Ferguson, says the time to make that move is now.
When you speak CCJ, you speak access to justice, greater access to justice. And when we speak, therefore, of retaining the Privy Council as our final court of appeal, the question arises, retain it for who? Because if you have a court and you can't access it, it's a major problem. Now, it's not that the accessing the CCJ would be in very absolute terms and you can access it because people automatically be able to afford it, but especially for certain matters, you can call lawyers in Trinidad to assist.
Mr. Ferguson says there are a number of reasons why Grenada should agree to the appellate jurisdiction of the CCJ.
The issue of colonialism and one of the last vestiges of colonialism, having our final court of all things to be determined by persons who have never been in the Caribbean, don't know the Caribbean, don't understand the culture of the Caribbean. That is also an issue. And that is not to say, I must quickly add, that the CCJ, the Privy Council, has not played an important role, a great role. But it's important that matters of final decision rest within the competencies of our own people who are competent enough to do that.
At the end of the speeches, there will be a question and answer segment to allow members of the public to have their queries addressed. Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, has thrown his support behind the Grenada Development Bank's decision to re-evaluate and relaunch its Small Business Development Fund program. On a Saturday, the bank held a retreat at the Guave Fishing Complex to engage stakeholders and formulate an action plan as it prepares to move forward. The Small Business Development Fund will celebrate 5 years in September. Since its existence, the program has disbursed over $7 million to over 700 applicants.
The program has its fair share of challenges. The Management Committee, GDB, and the Small Business Development Fund staff have worked on several corrective measures to improve aspects of the program. We are now at a point where we believe that we need to step back and take a full look at the program to ensure that it continues to meet the needs of the country and, most importantly, in line with the goals and mandates of the government of Grenada.
Chairman of the Management Committee, Dwayne Noel. Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell said the small business sector has been a major contributor to economic growth. He stressed the need to optimize the effectiveness of the fund.
The more we invest in this sector, the stronger the economy of the country. And philosophically, colleagues, I am of the view that we have come from a society of state dependency, where everyone looks towards government to drive everything. That's been our history. Well, it's the pre-colonial period, colonial periods, post-colonial period. For different reasons, the state has been seen as the one that creates opportunities. But I think it's more become clearer and clearer that the state has to be an enabler of opportunities and will create opportunities. But the state ought not to be the creation of most opportunities.
According to the Grenadian leader, the SBDF is in keeping with the government thrust towards moving Grenadians from a state of dependency to independency.
We have to be able to measure that variable over the years. In other words, if we are not changing the status quo, it's with certain degrees, and the larger degree, the better, of course, that people become more and more dependent on their own actions and less dependent on government, we are doing the right thing. If we are sending the message that we can do everything for you, I think we're doing the wrong thing. In other words, colleagues, while we manage and lead, we must not send the message that government has to give us everything we want.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
You are invited to a public session on the Caribbean Court of Justice this Wednesday, August 29th at the Grenada Trade Center. Come and hear a special address by Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley, as well as presentations by members of the local CCJ committee. Also, come armed with your questions and comments as we host a full interactive session. It's a special session at the Grenada Trade Center from 6 p.m. this Wednesday. It is the launch of the public activities as Grenada gets ready to affirm the Caribbean Court of Justice as its final appellate court. We are supporting the CCJ as we break the chains of colonialism for one united Caribbean.
If you are West Indian, then show me your day. Put something up in the air. Antigua, put your flag up. Barbados, put your flag up. Grenada, put your flag up.
Welcome back. Scholarship recipients have been challenged to use the investment and opportunities provided by the government to secure future economic growth and productivity. On Friday, 106 scholarships valued at 14 million EC dollars were awarded to a number of Grenadians for continuing education at universities in Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, China, and the Association of Commonwealth Universities and SGU. Associate Dean of Enrollment and Planning at the St. George's University, Mr. Colin Dow, reminded the awardees that their focus should be on obtaining the highest level of education, which will have a ripple effect on securing sustainable development for Grenada.
A scholarship demands scholarship. These awards are not handouts. Your scholarship demands superior scholastic achievements. You have a responsibility to live up to this investment, and we'll be working closely with the scholarship desk to ensure that you live up to the standards set forth in your bond agreements.
Yang Shizhen, China's ambassador counselor, is optimistic that the relations between Grenada and China will continue to prosper. He challenged the awardees to be the best ambassadors for their country and use the opportunity to explore other cultures.
I do hope fellow students will take full advantage of this opportunity to learn professional knowledge and skills as to make your own contribution to the Grenada's economic and social development after graduation. At the same time, I suggest that you use your spare time to visit different places in China. communicate with different Chinese people, experience Chinese culture, making more Chinese friends, and try to be goodwill ambassadors.
And that puts a wrap on the National Report for today, Monday, August 27th, 2018. To recap the major story, Constitution Advisory Committee says it's all go for the official launch of the CCJ campaign on Wednesday. I am Abigail McIntyre. Thank you for viewing.
Thank you very much, Abigail. Thank you very much to the team at GIS as well for the national report. We are just about getting ready to do our wrap-up as well, but first we need to tell you about the weather. Now, the weather is expected to be mostly fair in the daytime, well, that was today, increasing in cloudiness overnight with light to moderate showers. Now, the maximum temperature is expected to be about 31 degrees and minimum 23.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Now, seas slight to moderate, waves up to 5 feet in open waters. And there are no warnings or special advisories in effect for the Tri-Island state of Grenada. And that, my friends, is your weather report. Now, before we wrap up, let's just say hello to some of the people who are currently online. Let's say hello to Trevelyn. We as well have Lisa. Your birthday is coming up. You want a top up? That could be arranged, Lisa, maybe. Angel, Saul, Paul, Ezran, Kevin, Trevelyn, Rose, Shireen, and the usual suspects who are on the program. We want to say thank you for so doing. We see Hazel as well. All right, Hazel, all the best to you as well. We see we have Spice Kid Frank with us. We have as well Grittel. We have Melly. We have Khadija. We have Kireen. Who else do we have with us today? We have Raven with us as well. And we have Veronica. It's been a while, Veronica. I have not seen you around. Hi, Veronica. Yeah, Lisa, I wouldn't be around next week, so forget that. All right, Kenisha. Rose is my mom. Hi to you. I listen to my mother get on and thing, boy. Woo. Yeah, man, my mother get on. One, big up your whole self as well. Ezran, I see you. Okay, big up to you, Ezran, and Joan as well. Big up your whole self. Brenda is with us as well, and everyone else. We have Kim with us too. So, folks, and to the newcomers, there are some people. Let's say hello to the people who are viewing for the first time. Don't forget, many of the stories that you hear us talk about here can be found on our website. That's MikeyLive.com. If you have not yet liked the page, I want to encourage you to like the page. If you have not shared tonight's program, I'd as well like to encourage you to share the business. Big up to Ozzy, all right? And Kathy, boy, I see you, Kathy. And Osric, okay? And Mike. So all you, take care of all yourself, right? Let's do the thing now. Okay, Veronica. Well, I hope you get better soon, all right? Yes, so all you, hey, big up Allah as well. There we go now. Are you ready? So if I am ready, you are ready. We're going to do, maybe we are going to be going to do the Labor Day coverage, right? Maybe. We ain't sure. All right? We might be putting together some Labor Day, for you, some live Labor Day coverage. Take Grenada's art form in many respects in the US to another level. Of course, just coming out of the hype of Spice Mass 2018, we want to continue to place Grenada's main product, one of our main products, which is Carnival, and the way we do our celebrations in the limelight, right? That's the ultimate objective. And of course, for persons who are not able to access these events in person, our objective is as well to take these events to you. That's what Star Technology affords us, and while we can, we will take full advantage of that. Zaka and Anne, big up all the whole self, right? All right, so let me do the thing, man. Big up Showman. All right, Spice Girl, I'll see you there too. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja! No! Good night, everyone.